What's up guys, it's your boy Anthony Arundel, aka Tony, bringing you once again another TTC Toni-Tech Cave review. Today we will be taking a look at the M8S8. Today we will be taking a quick look at the M8S Pro L, and this is a very nice Chinese box, and it's not like every other Chinese box where you can't even use Netflix in HD. This box comes equipped with 2 GB of RAM, 32 GB of storage, and a whopping S92 Pro AM Logic chipset. In a few seconds we will be taking a look at the performance of this box. We'll also be taking a look at how it performs in real life, and the pros and the pros and the cons. With that all being said, let's jump right into how this box looks. This is by no chance or by no means at all sexy. It's cheap looking plastic. It feels quite cheap, but sometimes you kind of gotta not worry too much with what's on the outside, because what's inside is definitely gonna be surprise you guys in the long run. And if we take a look at the side of the box, we have 2 USB ports, 2 USB 2.0 ports to be exact. And here we have an SD card slot. I did manage to try a 128 GB card and it did work for me. Apparently you can use 252, but that has yet to be tested. Moving on to the other side of the box, we have here an input for your 5-volt jack. Here we have the HDMI port, Ethernet port, and the AV port. Once again guys, there is nothing completely striking or special or groundbreaking about the design of the box. If you really look at it, it's just actually a little square with a name brand. Also guys, on that note, before I forget, I also want to show you this controller that comes with it. It's quite a nice little controller. It's also not really groundbreaking, but it does the job. Usually when I get a new box, I tend to never use the controllers because they're usually full of crap. But not this one. As you can see, it's quite a normal controller, but it does have a few extra options. Like for example, it does come with a microphone on top, so that when you push the Google button or the OK Google button or the Hello Google, whatever you want to call it, it does bring up a menu on the television screen where you can speak into the microphone and it will actually search what you're looking for. I will be displaying that in a few to show you guys how that looks, and it works fantastically. Now, moving on, I'm gonna show you some Antutu benchmark tests and how this thing performs in real life, and that's coming right up. And guys, as you can see, we now have before us the Antutu scores. This is the normal score that you would usually get with a box of this caliber, which again is really not that bad, but in my eyes it could be higher. Don't worry guys, pretty soon I'm gonna be modifying this box and I will be showing you guys some real scores, because once this thing is modified with Supercell on some firmware, it'll perform much better. As you can see here, we have the CPU mathematics score, CPU common use, and the CPU multi-core score, which is quite good for this box. Now the maroon test went quite good. I should be scored just a little bit higher on coastline, 28, 10, which is not bad at all. And here we have the memory test. The memory test is really not that bad at all. As you can see here, we have a RAM score test of 1187 and 2186 for the ROM score. Now we have some basic information about the device, what I was telling you guys about earlier. Here we have Android 7.11 32-bit, and the CPU is made by AM Logic, which is right now the latest and greatest, and that is S912. I'm not seeing nowhere here on the screen, but I just know that because it says it on the box, and I'm quite well known with these kinds of boxes. Further, we have a GPU, and that is the Mali T820. And this is quite a capable video card, and I will be demonstrating that just now to you guys in the form of gaming. Let's check that out. Beach buggies, was it? Yeah. Alright guys, let's get ready for some beach buggies. How do we go? Wrong button. Woo! Now as you can see, gaming is quite nice on this device. I mean, you know, I'm talking and get my booty kicked. Gaming performance is quite nice on this device. It's AM Logic S912. It's quite capable. As I stated earlier, you guys, the GPU is a Mali T820. And as you can see, it does not let me down. Okay, let's see. Where are these zombies coming from? Take that, man. You don't mess with me. Go Juanita now, buddy. Yeah. That's right. All right, guys. And now let's start off with the first thing that you see when you turn on the box, and that is obviously the Android TV software. A little background on this. This is actually called the Lean Back Launcher. It comes with every Android TV box that's available. It doesn't have to be from Google, and by that I mean the box doesn't have to be made from Google in order to have this, but it does have to be certified by Google. This box is one of the very few Chinese boxes that is actually certified by Google, meaning that you can certainly play your Netflix in 4K and you can play your YouTube in HD, or in other words 4K. Let's take a quick look at the DRM information, should we? If you look here, you will see the brand, the product, the model, and stuff that you're pretty much already knew. Here we have some important information that you guys definitely want to take a look at. This is the Google Widevine Modular DRM. What does that mean for you? That if we have security level 1, we certainly can make use of Netflix. I was gonna say HD because I keep getting it wrong, but I'm gonna say good, Netflix HD. Now, back to the user interface. As you can see, guys, it's quite handy. These are your YouTube recommendations, and well, I don't know if they're quite on point because they're showing videos that shouldn't be recommended to me. I haven't watched any. Here we have all the installed applications. This box came with a few good applications installed, and I managed to sideload a few like the FTMC and the SPMC. Both are forks of Kodi. This is Kodi 17.1, or should I say 17.6 in this case, and this should be Kodi 16.1. Both working fantastically. Here we have the Google Play Store. Let's just have a quick look at what the Play Stores offer, because this is not the standard Play Store that we're used to seeing. As you can see, if you take a closer look at this Play Store, it is a different background. The layout is a bit different, and the applications that you would usually find on your telephone, you won't find all of them here because these are all certified applications for Android TV format. However, should you be looking for a certain application that is not findable, we got your back. This box comes in with an extra market, and that is the Android TV app. If you click on this Android TV app, it's actually the Aptoid market, and this one works just great. Every single application that you're not able to find or load onto the Play Store, you can definitely find it here. Grand Theft Auto San Andreas was no go via the standard Play Store, but voila, we click it here and there we have it. Again, certain applications you will not find because they weren't made for the box, but that does not mean that they do not work. They all work with Android. What do we have here? We have our games. Earlier you saw me play the Beach Buggy Racing, which was quite awesome, and I was getting my booty kicked at Zombie Age. This machine plays games fantastically. A few games might not work the way you want them to, but that's no problem. For better performance in this box, maybe you might want to take a look at new firmwares from developers such as Superceleron. I will be leaving a link to in the description below in case you guys want to install that. Yes, I also will be installing it, and maybe depending on how many likes I get for this video, I might show that as well. If we take a look at the settings also do look a bit different than what we're accustomed to. Here we have your network, your HDMI CEC, which is a quite impressive feature. Once you click this feature on, as you can see, guys, I have it already turned on. That means that if I was to turn off the box, the TV will turn off as well. And if I was to turn on the box with the same exact box controller, the TV will turn on too. You guys want to see that? Yeah, let's have a look. I'm gonna turn off the box and you will see that the TV will also turn off with the box and turn off. And as you can see, I turn on the box and the TV turns on. Let's go back now that you guys have seen how this works. We have the standard sound features. Nothing quite important or interesting here. It's just the standard options that you usually would be using with your normal TV box. We've got the apps, screensaver, display. Look, I have it on auto, but it does choose the right display resolution for me. In my experience, with certain TVs, you might have to click on display and choose the resolution yourself. Also, another thing that you might want to take a look at is the screen positioning. This is usually set up wrong. As you can see, mine, I had to set it up myself. Look, you can either zoom out or zoom in. Mine should be at 99 and then it's good. So please bear in mind that you might have to configure this yourself. Let's see, what do we have here? Guys, another important thing about this box, it comes with 32 gigabytes of RAM, but please bear in mind that you will not actually be having 32 gigabytes free. Once you've installed everything on the box takes up a certain amount for the software. It's calculating right now. We should be able to take a look at that. And as you can see here, I have 14 gigabytes available. And you might be wondering, but this thing is supposed to be, I don't know, like 32 32 gigabytes. Why 14 available? Well, I did install some applications myself. Usually when you do get the box by itself, it takes up about 5 gigabytes from software pre-installed and also from Android. Now that that's out of the way, let's go back, guys. Let's take a look at the About tab. This is where you're gonna find all the little information that makes this box great. For example, this box, like I've been saying the whole time, comes with Android 7.11, which is quite impressive because a lot of boxes nowadays, they usually come with Android 6, which is also not bad at all, but this one comes with 7.11 right out of the box. You might want to take a look at that. There might be a small chance that it might come with 6.0, but it's no big deal. You click on update and it'll update, and it works fantastically, guys. Now, moving on to the rest of the menus, everything else is quite standard and simple. Here you have the date and time, the language, we have the keyboard setting, the home screen, which actually doesn't have much options. The only options that you can do on home screen is choose the different rows or how many hidden sources you want to have. Say for example, if there's a few things that you don't want being shown in your home screen, you can hide them from within here. Well, I don't use Google Play Music, so let's get rid of that. Moving on, we have search in case you need to find something. You also have speech, which is quite handy. With the speech option, you can search without even having to use the controller, which I'm going to demonstrate in a few. We have the power button definition. You might want to put this on sleep because if you push the power button, it will shut your machine down. It comes usually standard with this option clicked, but I've changed it myself to sleep now. Let's see, we have accessibilities. Accessibility is quite handy for somebody, for example, that's maybe a bit blind or needs everything to be red on the screen for them. So, you know, if you need it, it's there. More options, we'll come back to that in a few. We have here the add accessory, gamepad. Yes, I do have a gamepad installed. That is how I've been able to play my games. And I have a remote application, ATV V3, that is installed on my telephone that you can also use to control the device. That application does not come pre-installed, but once you click here, it'll prompt you to download it on your telephone. Moving on, we have location, security and restrictions, usage and diagnostics, and of course account. Okay guys, I was telling you about the more option. Let's click on that and have a look as to what we can expect. As you can see, this is the standard white menu that usually is to be found on every telephone. We have the standard Bluetooth and Wi-Fi settings, the more options, display, sound, apps, everything that you come to know and love from the usual Android setup is here. And of course, if you were to click on about, you will see the exact same information that we saw earlier, just in white instead of gray or black. Now guys, that's it for the settings for now. Let's have a quick look at some video tests, shall we? I have been telling you the whole time that this is one of the very, very, very few boxes that does actually play in HD. And I'm going to prove that to you guys for the naysayers. As you can see from just looking at the title, it already indicates that I can use it in HD. But let's see if that's true. I mean, you know, you can say whatever you like, but let's see if you can, you know, walk the walk and talk the talk. And now a small example. Let's fast forward it a little bit. Oh, what is this? It's in HD. Just like I told you guys for the naysayers. Okay guys, just as promised, I am going to give you a small little video sample of how this works with Kodi. Yes, this is Kodi. Let's try this one, Ragnarok. Now guys, as you can see, the Kodi aspect of the video works quite great. We're watching Thor Ragnarok and it's working in 1080p quite wonderfully. Alright guys, so now we're coming to my favorite part of the videos, the pros and cons. Pro number one. Yep, you saw this coming guys. It is Netflix in HD. I mean, I cannot stress enough of how awesome it is. I mean, I have had plenty of Android TV boxes and trust me, they do everything I wanted them to do except Netflix. So this is one of my favorite pros. Pro number two, Kodi 17 is definitely supported on this box. As many of you know or may not know, Kodi 17 does not work on any Android below 5.0. So if you have a box that has, for example, KitKat 4.4, you're not gonna be using 17 point whatever. It's just not gonna work for you. So I'm very happy to announce, yes, Kodi 17, Krypton, and Lila 18 do work on this one. Pro number three. You may not know it, but a lot of people do know your TV boxes, you can definitely use them with different firmwares. And by firmwares, I mean custom firmwares. I am here now at freaktab.com and I'm looking at a very awesome custom ROM from my man Super Celeron, and trust me, I will be installing that ROM, and if you guys want me to review that ROM as well, which will definitely bump up the speed speed and the fluidity of your box, please let me know in the comments down below, and we'll make it happen if needed. Con number 1. This should not have come as a surprise to you guys. I mean, obviously we all know that it's not such a nice looking box. It's what's inside and not what outside that matters, but man, the build quality on this box is just ugly and cheap looking and plasticky. Con number 2. The Play Store, nice Play Store, but as you know, this is tailored for Android TV. If I'm looking for an application like, I don't know, let's say Angry Birds. As you guys can see, there is no Angry Birds. I mean, like, no Angry Birds, bro. What the? However, there is a workaround. If you go to the other store, which we have here, the Aptoid TV, we are gonna find it, because this has all the apps for Android TV and for the standard Android. And since this is Android at its core, yes, we can install Angry Birds, and yes, we can play Angry Birds. A short conclusion to this box would be that for this kind of price and the value you get out of this box, I think it's a great deal. I mean, it only costs $67.99 on GearBest. This is the one I got with a controller, by the way. The box works great. You get a lot of value off of it if you think about the fact that you also get Netflix on it on HD and also 4K YouTube. You don't see that too often. Games run quite smoothly. All my tasks went without any issues whatsoever. And now that we have thoroughly taken a look at how this box performs, I hope that this has given you guys a little idea as to what you're looking for. Is this a box that you might want to have? Is this something that maybe you want to give out to a gift? Or is this something that maybe you want to skip totally? Please let us know in the comment below. And as always, see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.